Now
Now
recording.
recording.
Well, look who we fucking have here today, folks. Look at our fucking special celebrity guest on the MoCast.
Yeah,
Fucking rare appear. Fucking finally cleared the time on his busy schedule to grace us with his presence. It's fucking Mo Diggity over here.
dude, I've been thrashed and felt like shit for like 2.5 weeks now. But I think I'm okay to start playing with the boys again. Just
Playing with the boys.
hanging out in our dark little internet rooms where no one can hear us scream.
In our dark little radio room where we're not on camera, so nobody knows that you look like a fat piece of shit and I'm in my underwear.
Oh, well, I mean, I wouldn't call myself a fat piece of shit, but I get you.
Okay, fine. Just a slightly overweight piece of shit. The weight is not the main issue.
Thank you. Okay, well, you know what? We'll just go ahead and leave it at that because I don't want to know what the main issues are.
We'd be here all night. I got a whole fucking
Ugh.
Christmas list. I sent it to Santa by accident, and he was like, "Do you want me to create the worst man?" And I was like, "No, no, no. That's already a guy. Don't worry."
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. That's good. Fuck Santa Claus. He doesn't exist.
You want me to
But
create a right-wing wacko who pretends to be a centrist? Coming right up.
I don't know who the centrist is. I know damn
Oh,
sure it ain't
that's your
me.
angle now. Now you're
I've
saying
never
you were
been a.
never a centrist.
Wait, I've never once ever said that I was any kind of fucking gay little centrist. Centrists are fucking scum. Hey, wait a minute, hold on. You fucking know this about me. You know how I feel about centrism and agnosticism. All right, the people who are like say maybe to God in religion, like pick a fucking lane, either be religious or be an atheist. Okay, and the same thing with centrism. Pick a fucking side, pick a fucking issue, or just say you don't care. That's perfectly valid as well. But yeah,
I
you're
think
about to try and
centrism is very
gaslight.
valid because there's like a
No, it's not.
million
It's
there's like
not.
a
It's really not.
there's like a million different issues and both sides have certain positions on
Yeah,
certain
and
issues.
it's
And I think it's
perfect.
very reasonable that a person could be like, "Man, I really like this capitalism thing, but like abortions, gotta have those."
That's not a centrist issue. That's a leftist issue.
What do you mean?
Or if you're
I'm
for
saying,
abortion, then you're a leftist inherently, and that's
but you're
fine.
for abortion, but you're also for right wing financial policies. That's the point I'm making. There are people out there who feel differently about different policies that don't fit in a single box. And I don't think that's a bad thing.
No, all right. Look, it's okay to have differing opinions, but you have to have like a fucking centered freaking stance on like where you stand. Like, what's your foundation? Is it right leaning? Is it left leaning,
I
or
guess like
like
you
is
got
it
to kind
far
of pick a
right, far
side
left?
because there's never going to be a president who's exactly who you are unless it's you, and that's kind of difficult to pull off. So you kind of have to pick one, I guess. But like, I could see people overall being pretty on the fence, and I feel like you've always marketed yourself as being pretty on the fence.
I've never done that once. You're just fucking gaslighting me into actually thinking and actually try to trick me into saying that I'm a fucking centrist. No, centrists are the fucking enemy of progress and the
Okay,
enemy of
whatever. You've
advances.
created you've tabooized the term, but you've always marketed yourself
I've
as like,
never,
oh, fuck both of them, man. Fuck the establishment.
yeah, because I
I'm a
fucking
man
hate
going
them.
my own way.
Yeah, I hate
I
them. That's not centrism. That's me rejecting them. I still
Okay,
fall on
that's
the
its
left
own
right.
concept. It's not both, it's neither. Okay.
I,
Okay.
I still fall on the left right paradigm.
Where?
Like most of my policies, like they're fairly left leaning. I'm just
Oh
not
my
crazy.
god.
I'm not crazy about open border bullshit. And I don't think the government should be as big as it is. I think it needs to be fucking destroyed. Quite frankly, if I'm going to be honest with you. But no, I usually have a left leaning position on an issue or maybe a right leaning one, but or I'll just say this. I'll just say, "Oh, I don't really give a shit," and that's fine. Like, you can be
Mm,
apathetic. That's not centrist. Centrist is like, "Well, I see the argument on both sides. On one hand, herpadur. On the other one, cocks in my mouth, or raw." And that's what a
riveting
centrist is to
arguments
me.
there. Riveting.
I
Yes,
just
that's
think
what
both sides are equally retarded.
I think. It's like more one than the other, but it doesn't
Can we
matter.
give Kang a Funny of the Year award? What a jape. What a little gaggle that you just did there,
Yeah,
Kang.
Riley, you're not doing too much better either. You were trying to trick me into saying that I was a centrist and
I'm
have
doing
always been a
great.
centrist.
I've talked the most so far, and really that's the contest.
Yeah, and
So
you've been talking fucking fantasy shit about me being a fucking like gay little centrist, and I'm fucking telling you that I'm not.
okay, so I was giving you too much credit. I thought you were pretending to be on the fence, even though you were a right wing
No,
wacko.
I fucking
Jesus
hate.
Christ,
I'm not a right.
I can smell the
In reality, you're
gasoline from here
pretending
with this
to.
gaslighting.
In reality, you're pretending to be on the left while you're secretly a right wing wacko. Okay,
I'm
I
not a
see what's
right wing
happening.
wacko. You fucking Hassan Piker fan loving cock smoker. Jesus, like
Hassan
everything
Piker
is not
fan
a
loving,
fucking
not
yeah.
Hassan Piker himself. Hassan Piker fans.
Oh, shut up, you fucking like asinine douchebag. All right, you know exactly what I'm fucking saying. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I don't know that I've ever heard Hassan Piker speak. Is he well spoken?
No, he not really.
Riley, can I interest?
He parrots the talking points really really well. He's articulate enough to spew and repeat propaganda. But other than that, you put him in a debate with like literally anyone. Like if you
And they'll
go and like
outdebate
look.
him.
Yeah, they fucking do. I mean, like this recent one with Ethan Klein. I mean, Ethan Klein fucking annihilated him like almost on the get-go, and he fucking broke down to everybody right at the start how fucking Hassan acts, and he acted exactly like that entire fucking debate.
You know what makes me
My
laugh even harder?
What?
what?
The fact that Hassan Piker is like all about, oh yeah, let's eat the rich. Motherfucker was nepotized from the day he was born.
And he is ultra rich. You're like, eat the rich, but not me. And I hate those fucking people
Eat
so
the
damn
other
much.
rich, not me though. But
Yeah.
yeah, the thing I wonder about Hassan Piker though is like, is he charming? Because like, how did he get this far?
He's
Because
conventionally
the
he's
thing
conve
about like, go ahead.
he's conventionally attractive.
Yeah,
Like
fair.
as a dude, like he's conventionally attractive and he spews like, check mark talking points basically. So he really resonates with NPC.
Fair enough.
Eh,
I guess there's multiple ways to make it. It's not just like actual talent. Because like
No, not at all.
the example I could think of that's actual talent that you're gonna say no because you disagree with them politically. So I'm sure that invalidates anything else about him is Destiny, who actually has a modicum of charisma in his body, and
Oh
is an
god, no he
enjoyable
does not.
presence on comedy podcasts. Come on.
Okay, on other people's podcasts, I enjoy Destiny.
Yeah, that's what I'm
But
saying.
yeah,
He's like a fun guy on other people's podcasts.
but
Uh,
on shit by himself, man, I find him very monotone and very arrogant, very smug, and very just unlikable. Like I'm talking about as a person, not even factoring in politics yet.
it's just like he's got this combination of like this like pretentious bullshit intellectual equivalent to WWE debating, and
Yeah.
then like actually being a likable guy in the general online sphere via going on other people's shows. Like I kind of respect Destiny to some degree. Whereas Hassan, I'm like, what is he? The nothing about Hassan to me screams I should respect him.
Oh yeah, that and with Destiny, he's actually won some debates he's been on. And
Has
people
Hassan never
people
won a debate? You don't
I don't
think?
think so. I really don't. Every time, like, I don't know if it's just bad clips of him, or like a lot of these clips also are by his fans who just see exactly what they see, and it's like if you have like some like far leftist, and then you have someone like Ethan Ralph, you'll find that those two will share essentially the exact same clip, the exact same context and everything.
That's
And it usually
interesting.
shows him like kind of like the one side will say, "Oh man, he really owned him," and he was like stuttering like a maniac, or going, "I don't care about dead Israelis. There was no rape. Hamas is a good freedom fighting organization." Things like that, and it'll just be like this asinine fucking dreck that just comes out of his fucking mouth. And then you'll have
Jesus.
Ethan Ralph, who's just like, "I don't like this fucking guy. Fuck him."
Did you
And
see that we thought he was dead for a while?
yeah, that was an interesting arc. I was pissed off that I didn't show up last week. It was just like I was so thrashed. Like I
You
fucking
missed so much, Mo. You failed me, okay? Because here's what happened.
I didn't
The
fail you.
last
Fuck
time,
you.
here's how you failed me specifically, okay, Mo? You're never
Waka
gonna get this
waka.
chance again. You squandered this.
Waka
The
waka.
last time we had a conversation on Twitter about this briefly when I started playing a little video game called Fallout New Vegas. Now, the last time I played Fallout New Vegas was the Saturday before the Sunday of the first MoCast you missed. I think you and the conversation I would have had with you about Fallout New Vegas was what I needed to stick with Fallout New Vegas, and you failed me, and I have not played any Fallout New Vegas.
I mean, at any point in
Well,
time,
that
you
sounds
could
like
have
a
just
you issue.
yeah, exactly. At any point in time, you could have just fucking tagged me in the Discord, because Riley, guess what? That's what Discord is for. You could have just like gotten a hold of me like about you have my own personal Kang, buddy. You
Oh,
gotta mute your
sorry, my
mic or
bad.
something, man.
Yeah, with the fucking mic arm, Jesus.
Anyway, so yeah, you even have my personal number. You could have texted me, and like we would have had like prolonged conversations about the glory and the mastery that is Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah, but that's content for the show
Yeah,
that
well,
you have called the
well,
MoCast, and then you didn't
perhaps,
show up to it for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
perhaps if
but
hold on, perhaps if you got a hold of me, I would have felt more motivated to come on the show, and I would have just slept through it like I did last week, because I was also not feeling very well either.
Well, you just gotta not fall asleep. I tried to convince you, because you do this thing where, like, that it will be a good show if you do the show 100% of the time. Because you, especially, like, we've had bad shows before. It's not happened. But it seems like whenever you are down on doing the show, and I'm like, come on, and we do the show, it's like one of the best episodes you've ever done in the history of time, like
I know,
almost consistently. So
I
I don't
know.
know why you don't just sack up and deal with it. The fact that we
'Cause I'm
talked on the
fucking
phone
tired.
and that you didn't acquiesce, that was a mistake. That was a failure on your part.
I
okay,
was
but how many
tired.
times have we tried to get you to do a show, Riley, and you said, no, I don't feel like it. I don't think I'm gonna be
Well,
on,
okay,
and then
how
your
many
ass
shows
winds up
do I
showing
do
up.
with you people per capita? And let's compare the percentages, because I have a feeling they're comparable. Because I just do 8 million more shows than you guys do. So me missing 8 shows is the same as you missing 2 shows. Because you do 1 show and I do fucking 7. So don't worry about me, Kang. My attendance record is pretty good per capita.
You also factored out me being on Pixels too.
Yeah, you are on Pixels now. Pixels, I'm not really like on. Pixels, I'm like what everybody else is on the issue crew, where I just don't respect it, and every once in a while I might bother to show up. That's about all I can afford to that show at this point. Who's here? Because if it's Gingy, that would be fucking hilarious. Who is it?
One of our other beloved co-hosts of the issue crew, Crow Royalty. He is here with
Oh,
us
good.
tonight.
That's not true. That's incorrect.
Ah, it has been officialized.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
Not
Mo,
true.
would you agree that Crow is the best?
Oh fuck yeah, man! This is a pro Crow podcast.
Whether Crow is the best is not the question. You said that they were one of the best hosts of the Issue Crew, which they're not anymore. I would like to correct the record and remind everybody that Crow Royalty is the
Well, if my
disgraced
bit hadn't been ruined,
ex-co-host.
I would have been.
No, you don't get to just because you got to run the show because my co-hosts are fucking assholes and we're like, "Oh, Riley's not coming on. I guess we'll let Crow host the show then." What a great
Oh,
fucking idea.
we had to bestow the feeling unto you that you give us.
Which I literally, to be fair, it was the perfect setup because the fact that I'm complaining about this right now is completely hypocritical. Because at least Crow used to be a co-host of the Issue Crew. Crow has never had any official affiliation with the MoCast, and I did hand the reins of the MoCast to Crow Royalty last week. So
Yep.
I'm in no position to talk. So I'm kind of just like fucked
You're really not.
in that regard. I don't know if Mo knows about this. I don't know if Mo listens to his own podcast. But I did abandon ship last week, Mo. I was not strong enough. Because
Oh,
what
what
happened
happened?
was, let me tell you what Kang did, okay? Because Kang committed an awful sin this evening, okay? Last
Yeah, he
week,
was playing Crunker.
Kang committed, well, yes, that too. Because playing Crunker, also a terrible sin. But what really happened, the real problem was, Kang did a real funny prank where we're supposed to be doing the show, and I'm in the chat with Gingy and Crow, and once again I am co-hostless, and I'm like, what the fuck? I had already talked to Mo. I knew Mo wasn't doing it, so I was like, where's Kang? So I called Kang, and Kang didn't answer. And by the time I got back to the server, Kang was in the call in the server with Crow and Gingy. So I
Oh,
joined the call, and then Kang said, gotta go, and left. And we're all like, haha, what a funny little bit Kang is doing. And then, like, the room goes silent for a minute, and we're like, wait a minute, is he not coming back? And then he didn't come back for like 10 minutes. And then we were like,
What's
okay,
really funny, Riley?
I guess we're starting without Kang, and I'm sure he was behind the scenes and you guys knew the whole time. I'm sure that's what you're about to say. But either
No,
way,
that was my idea.
yeah, great. Fucking hilarious. So yeah, Kang left. And Kang didn't come back. So we started the show. We get 15 minutes in. I'm struggling. I'm like, creating another 45 minutes of listenable comedy is going to be a challenge for me. I was like falling asleep actively. And then Kang showed up. And it was like, oh, fucking look what the cat dragged in. You know what? You for fucking me around, you deal with this. And I fucking left. So I don't know what happened after that. I put it through the sound making good robots and I put it out. So I don't know what these fuckers produced last week, but I was only on for like the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, it was great.
worth every fucking second.
I'm sure you guys had a great time. Whether or
Oh,
not it would be enjoyable for anybody else is a whole separate question, but I'm sure
oh, it
you
probably wasn't.
had a
It,
great
it
time.
probably isn't. Like, whole ass. But it was worth every second of doing that bit.
All right, now that we've done 20 minutes of our calendar hour that I'm going to be making us adhere to because I'm very tired, why don't you do the intro for us, Mo?
I suppose I can do that. So let's go ahead and get it on then. A one, a two, a skiddly diddly do. Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome to the MoCast. I'm your host, Mo Diggity, and joining me today are just the wackiest cast of the characteriest characters out there. It is Kang. What's going on, Kang?
Not much, man. I'm just a little bit broken up about the news that I just received today.
Fucking A, man. Goddamn tragedy. And Riley, say what's up, Riley.
Yeah, you're right. The fact that the Domino's pizza I had today got cold before I could eat it, it really was a big tragedy. I know that's the news that Kang is referring to. I told him about that before we started.
How do you
It is a
allow?
big tragedy, Kang, and I'm
How
glad
the
that
hell
you
did you let that happen, Riley?
Yeah,
Yeah,
how the
that's
hell did you let a mid pizza get cold?
it was pizza for a group activity, and the pizza arrived late, and I was not informed of the pizza, and I had to take a phone call that took a really long time, and then I went to get pizza, and the pizza was cold.
Well, that's a skill issue then.
Oh, I thought you got the as a work family speech.
I mean, we do have a very work family type of situation, and like the thing about it is, I think the toxicity of the call center environment almost spins into that being real. Like we are a weird, like, substance abuse addicted, life hating, toxic family.
ah. And speaking of members of our toxic family, let's say what's up to Crow Royalty. What's up, Crow?
I'm not that bad.
No, I'm just
Hey,
kidding.
am
I'm
I
kidding.
that bad?
No,
No,
I don't think he's that bad.
Okay.
I don't think
Anybody
no,
want
it's
anybody's
all
want me
good.
to
the
make this
best.
way more interesting?
What?
What's up?
I said, anybody want me to make this way more interesting?
Sure,
Do you
go
have
ahead.
alcohol or some shit? Is that the bit?
Perhaps, but it's not that specifically.
You have edibles
Okay.
on you, don't you?
Something similar. I'll be right back.
Oh God, what do you have? What does Corelty have? Is Corelty about to trip out on the MoCast? Because honestly, that's a great premise.
The
That is a good
podcasters start
premise.
tripping.
That would be great if we did a. It doesn't have to be Crow Royalty necessarily, but like if somebody was like tripping balls and everybody else was sober, and we just like did a podcast, it would be torture for the person tripping balls because it would just be like we would. It would just be the rest of us negging them,
Nightmare.
but it would be really funny.
Uh,
I would do
yeah,
it. I would be the lab mouse and let the rest of you torture me.
I would
I would just probably,
honestly.
I'd
Go
probably
ahead, Mo.
mute you. I'd probably mute you a lot.
Hell, would it be fucking like if I'm gonna be fucking honest? If there's one thing that I totally would do is like if we're doing a podcast episode, I will probably one time since I've had it on my bucket list for a while. Like I've wanted to like try mushrooms and acid and all that. Like I would love to do a podcast episode just tripping.
The day I die, till the day I die, I will never forgive this fucking guy from my night of debauchery, which I've talked about many times. I believe it was the subject of the MoCast on drugs, which I was terrified to put out because of legal ramifications, which Mo talked me out of, and now I'm very brazen about talking about my illegal drug use on the internet now because Mo Side Gaming told me it was okay. And I was at this friend's house doing like a bunch of weed and alcohol and whatever, and there was also acid involved, and I had never done acid, so they gave me half a tab, and I said, "Okay, if you want the other half, just let me know." And I took the first half, and not much is really happening, and I pretty quickly decided that I would like the other half actually. And I went to him, and he was like, "Ah, I didn't think you were gonna want that. I took that." So I got gypped out of my first acid trip. That half a tab didn't do jack shit. It was definitely I was like really high, but that was mostly from the copious amounts of marijuana and alcohol I was consuming.
Can't get
So,
high from alcohol, dipshit.
well, high and drunk, whatever, fucking inebriated,
Crossfaded, dumbass.
affected by substances.
If you were drunk and high, you were crossfaded.
I was cross-faded. Thank you. Thank you for the correct slang, Kang. For the record, folks, I was cross-faded is what happened.
For the record, we think you're a dumbass, Riley.
For the record, kill yourself. And also, Mo, you son of a bitch, Mo was proven wrong and he denied it blatantly in the face of being wrong. It was hilarious because I had a great triumph. since Mo was last on the podcast. You know what I'm talking about, Mo?
No, I have no idea.
A long-standing story arc in the Riley cinematic universe was finally resolved.
Did you get some pussy finally?
No,
Oh,
unfortunately
okay, then I
not.
don't care.
I would really like that one to be resolved soon. But no, the great computer panel caper was finally solved. I'm currently coming to you live from said computer that was sitting on my table for 6 months. And I would like you all to know, I would like the record to show, I didn't mention this before, because I was waiting for Mo to be here, that Mo was fucking wrong and
No, I
gaslit
wasn't.
me.
No, I
No,
wasn't.
you
For the
No,
were.
record,
it's
Mo
You
still
Royalty
all your
totally
fault. It's
were.
still all your
and
fault. It's still all your fault because
Still
you're
my
still
fault or not?
retarded.
You said it was the wrong side and it
Yeah,
wasn't the
because
wrong side.
I was working with the information that I was given by you.
And you
Therefore,
were
it's
like,
still
oh,
your fault.
there's only going to be a metal panel on the wrong side. And then there was a metal panel on both sides.
well, for the record, Crow Royalty has returned.
Wow, I'm so happy. Thank you for letting me know.
I don't give a
Yes, I'm
shit.
very happy.
Yeah, I'm glad Kang's happy. Kang is the only person that was meant for, because he's the only one who's happy that I'm back.
I'm so
Happy
glad.
you're
Crow,
back.
why are you? You're like a little. We can't get rid of you lately. You're like a little cockroach crawling around in the cabinets. You've really
I
been in
will,
a.
I will
You,
remain a cockroach until the day I am made a host again.
yeah, well, I.
On
Well,
here or in the other show?
I think
In
they're
all of
saying
them. In all
both,
of
but
them.
I'm gonna quickly put a kibosh on the issue crew. I don't know how much Mo is gonna be willing to tolerate. Probably infinity, because he doesn't understand that co-royalty is not funny. So,
I always
uh,
enjoy Crow. You're the only dude. We'll have like
Well,
10 fucking people. Hold on. We'll have 10 people in here. 9 are all like, I like Crow. And you're the odd man out every single time.
because Riley's a bitch.
Crow is a fun to hang. When we're all sitting together and hanging out, I enjoy Crow Royalty's presence. But Crow
Crow,
does not have an on-air presence
okay,
about them. They don't
patently false.
understand what's funny to other people.
Okay,
We're creating content for an audience. Co-royalty is doing silly bits for us that are mildly amusing to us and completely annoying to every outsider.
Yeah,
yeah.
which is like about what, 5 people?
Yes, but we can't think like that. That's the fucking problem. This is why I fucking hated working with Kathy. Is because we have to be thinking like someday it will work. We can't just be like, oh
And,
fuck it, who cares? Nobody's
and
listening. Because then, so someday somebody's gonna listen for some random reason, and they're gonna be like, oh, these fuckers are phoning it in. Who cares? We have to pretend that people are listening. Essentially, is what we have to do.
Riley, let me say it this way. What if it's an episode of me and we get more people watching than ever? What are the chances?
It'd be funny. I'm sure that some people wouldn't stick around that would have, or maybe some people do stick around that wouldn't have. But I guess we'll see if the fate decides.
But
If
like,
fate
there's
decides and you
always
quit
that chance.
jerking yourself off.
Okay. So,
I don't
honest
think
to God.
Riley can do that because he can't get no bitches.
Okay, so honest to
What
God,
does
every
jerking
time.
myself off have to do with getting bitches? It's the antithesis of getting bitches.
Yeah,
It's
he
what I
said.
do.
Anyway,
It's what I
hold
do every
on.
day before I cry myself to sleep. Co-royalty. It's not inaccessible to me.
Riley. He said, "Can you stop jerking yourself off?" I said that wasn't an option.
Oh, okay.
All right. So
Dumbass.
with Crow, whenever Crow shows up on one of my streams, we always have like a really great back and forth. And Crow, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you do like some fucking fan art for the Moside Gaming channel?
Oh yeah, I made your logo.
Yeah, you made the logo. Yeah. Usually Crow always puts in bare minimum fucking effort, and he fucking does
Hey,
it, or
Riley,
they
what did
do
I
a
do
great
for the
job.
last episode of the Issue Crew, real quick? Before the episode even started. Granted, I was running on rush time, but what did I do?
What, your little dumb bit?
I wrote a fucking script for the bitch to make sure that I didn't fuck it up.
And you still kind of did? And
Mostly because your ass.
even in the audience of us, we were all like, "Really? That's your joke?
The joke
Okay."
wasn't meant for you.
But
The joke wasn't meant for you until after it was recorded. You weren't supposed to be there. My
even
bit,
Blackbread was like, "That's what you're going with?" Like
even Blackbread is the one that liked the bit.
and then it was not the same as you had told him it was, and he
It
negged
was.
you about
Yeah,
it.
because your ass showed up.
If there's a bit that's intended for somebody to find out about in editing and not in the recording itself, of course it's not going to land
Then why did you even
perfectly.
do it? What was the point? Or why did you not just like ask me not to show up?
Because you weren't going to show up. And
And then Black said Crow has a funny bit. I think you'll want to be here for it. Blackbread fucked you.
Yeah, Blackbread fucked me. Like, did I not explicitly say that this was because Riley wasn't gonna be there?
Yeah,
Hey.
I gotta talk to Blackbread about this next time I'm on the air with him. But Blackbread, yeah, Mo, you're not aware of this because you haven't been on the issue crew because you got destroyed so thoroughly that you're taking a butthurt vacation. But
None of that is
um,
factually accurate.
Captain Blackbread fucking completely screwed Crow Royalty because I wasn't going to be on the podcast initially because I wasn't going to have internet, and then I had internet. But I was like, yeah, if you guys are planning to do the show without me anyway, I'm like kind of tired, so I might still not show up. And I guess in the planning for the not having me on episode, somebody thought it would be hilarious to let Crow Royalty come on and host the podcast. And Crow Royalty had this intro bit that I guess he pitched to Captain Blackbread,
And Kang.
um,
And
and
Jin.
Kang and Gingy.
I was
But
the one that
Captain
came up with the
Blackbread,
idea with Crow hosting, to be
yeah,
honest.
great. Captain
Roasting, if
Blackbread,
you will.
roasting. Captain Blackbread was like, "Hey, this bit that Crow Royalty pitched me that is very central about them hosting the show and me not being there is really funny. You know what I should do? I should tell Riley that he should be on the show because I'm sure he would love this bit."
Yeah, I mean, it's like the bit was fucking good until fucking Blackbread completely sandbagged him.
Yes, it was. It
So I
100% was. Also,
so I
Mo, you want
came
to hear your
on.
intro to the issue crew now?
My
Oh, good that you
intro
wrote
to
one for
the
Mo.
intro?
Did you write one for everybody, just in
Yeah, I
case?
wrote one for everyone, I think. Hold on, where's Mo's?
Everyone
Yeah,
except for me. Just thinking,
Yeah.
you had a contingency plan for everybody except the main guy.
Yeah, that was kind of the whole point.
yeah, that was the joke until fucking
You could have just
Blackbread
taken the. You
sandbagged
could
it.
have just like hostile taken over the show from me. Like it wouldn't have been hard. Like you would have just been like the intro for me could have been like the guy who's not hosting. This is my show now, no matter what he says. And then we argue, and then literally everyone would be on your side because it would be funny. And eventually, I would have no choice
Yeah,
but
but
to
I didn't.
give up.
Here's the thing. Up until the second you entered that call, I was under the impression you weren't going to be there.
So you fumbled ultimately.
I did not have the time to do yours.
You were hit with a
Physically.
variable. You were hit with an unseen variable, and you cracked. You
I
cracked under the
crashed more
pressure.
so. Not necessarily that I cracked, I
You
just
had a
crashed.
crash out, as the kids would say. You crashed out.
Which, dude, that bit would have been so fucking gold had fucking Blackbread not pulled that shit.
Yeah, I really would
Hang,
have.
what is that?
What?
A cricket?
The music?
That's a
What
cricket.
music?
Whatever that rhythmic
That
tapping
is a cricket,
is.
Riley.
Kang,
Yeah,
can you say the Navy SEAL copy pasta for me real quick?
the fuck are you even talking about? The fuck?
Okay, the sound is gone. Also, you don't know what the Navy SEAL copy pasta is?
I don't know what that is.
What'd you say
Crazy.
about me? What'd you say to me, you little shit? I'll have you know that I've graduated, and it just gets more and more absurd.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah. It's
yeah,
a,
that one.
yeah. You claim that you were a Navy SEAL and that you will kill them, and it's like a silly fucking rage research paper about how you're gonna kill them because you're a Navy SEAL and they fucked with you on the
Hey Riley, can
internet.
you quote it to me?
What?
Can you quote it? The whole thing,
Not
please.
the. I d- I would definitely have to look it up, and it would take way too long to read the whole thing. Probably.
Well, that could just be the rest of the show then.
I don't think it's gonna take 25 minutes, but it's gonna be longer than you would want it to take.
Well, anyway, back to what I was trying to say. Mo, you want to hear the intro that I wrote for you? Because I had one for literally everyone except Riley, because Riley was the only one that I had deemed most definitely not coming.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, Jesus. The man with the most giggity, the myth older than time, the kicker of plebs and noobs, the mighty warlock of Warcraft, Mo-Side Gaming.
I'll totally take that. That's a fucking banger. 10 out of 10, man. Good job.
Yeah,
Jesus
Mo's was
Christ.
overly written.
What
Well,
was
it's easy to
Demiglooms?
Dimigloobs was really bad.
it's easy to write for me.
I had next to nothing. I had almost as little for her as I had for Warficus.
Recently
So
departed from the show, Demigloom.
yeah,
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
what happened there? I thought everything was working out just fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, I forgot
Demigloom's just like
Dimigloobs was
never doing content again, I guess. She's decided.
Again?
So like whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not dealing with it.
Well, what
There was
happened?
a whole financial situation that snowballed that I don't want to get into the nitty-gritty of, but it was it was stupid. There was a misunderstanding. Demigloom got mad at me, and I guess in the midst of
Oh,
this,
so this
she
is all your
decided
fault
yeah,
then.
yeah, but I guess in the midst of this, she decided this was her perfect excuse to quit all content, which like I'm not even involved with all of the content she's doing. So like
Shit.
obviously this is something she wanted to do anyway. She was just using me as a catalyst as like an excuse. So cool. I guess Demi Gloom's done with podcasts now. So
I mean, to be fair, you're
RIP
pretty much a use
RIP
catalyst.
RIP the trans fat experience. The issue crew. I mean, if I'm gonna add co-royalty back, now's the time because
Do it.
I can just
Everyone
patch
except you wants it.
I can patch co-royalty's little head over Demigloom's head, and it'll be like nothing ever happened.
Yep, do it.
I'll consider it. I'll think about it.
But yeah, no, I was unaware of the drama with Demigloom, and I really would have had a way better one for Demi had I had information about that. Because the idea that I had, the idea that I had initially had was that I was going to run this out as long as possible and try to like squeeze these in every week. And I would change them slightly or change the like intros for everyone slightly until it was something completely untrue just to fuck with everyone.
And that would have been a great bit.
Yeah,
That
it
would have
really
been
would have.
great.
Yeah. Raging Genji is still the angriest pastry I've ever met. That had to be the best one I wrote. Like full on. Just the angriest pastry I've ever personally met. Just that.
But
That you've
Blackbread
ever
had to sandbag the bit.
Yes, Black Bread had
the
to
bit did get
sandbag the bit.
unfortunately sandbagged.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think about 20 minutes ago, Kang was gonna bring up some guy died, and I sandbagged him with a silly bit, and we got
Like you always
we
do.
got way out of control. So what was actually the tragic news?
ECW legend Sabu has sadly passed away today, as of recording this episode.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a fucking tragedy, man, because that dude was quite literally the hardcore like wrestling, death match wrestling freaking guy. Like once you thought, what you thought like extreme, like you thought everything okay over there, Kang?
Yeah, I was just taking a drink.
Okay,
Oh, I
I
thought
heard
somebody just shot
pong
you with like a
pong.
Nerf gun or something.
Kang,
Yeah, that.
we might have to sentence Kang to push to talk in the court of podcasts. We might have to sentence him to the punishment of push to talk
Do not turn
for the
on push
time
to talk,
being.
Riley.
No, we're not gonna turn it on. But I'm saying we might have to make Kang do
You
it.
kicked him out.
Motherfucking misclick. God damn it, cocksucking fuck. I was gonna turn on fucking Chris.
Why was Crisp not on in the first place?
Cause that shit's fucking retarded.
What do you mean that shit's fucking retarded?
I said what I said. Did I fucking stutter?
Yes, but what makes it retarded? Explain. Elaborate.
If there is something so fucking hilarious and like it won't get picked up, like
What hilarious thing won't get picked up? What are you talking about?
I don't know,
Hey, Kang,
probably
you
like
wanna know how you get past push to talk?
Hmm.
Just tape down your push to talk button.
There's no way for us to lock Kang into push to talk. It's not possible. We could morally lock him into push to talk. We could demand that he does it for the good of the show, but we can't physically force him to do it.
Hey, Kang, next week, give in to Riley's demands and do push to talk, but then just tape down your push to talk key so you're always talking.
Wow, how funny, how original.
Yep, just fuck up every bit he had with that.
Crow, don't you have a real social life? Why have you been on like 9 podcasts lately? Did your girlfriend break up with you?
No.
Okay.
She just had finals week this week and has been telling me to leave
Oh,
her the fuck
okay.
alone. Yeah, that's kind of the extent of it. Is she had finals this week, and for the past like 3 weeks, she's telling me to leave her alone.
yeah,
You
I
know,
can
it seems
imagine
like I just can't
finals being
escape
all
co-royalty.
stressful, man.
It seems like
Wait,
I
what
just
did you
can't
say?
escape co-royalty lately, and I've already locked myself into having them on another show in a few weeks. So I'm just like, there's no escape.
Nope.
I said I can imagine like finals and everything is like fucking stressful as hell.
Yep. She did have me over. What was it? Week before last to help with one of her final projects, and while we were working on it, I decided to crash Riley's live stream.
Oh yeah, you did come on the live stream with your girlfriend.
Yeah.
And Belle was asking you silly questions.
Yeah, Belle fucking loved that. So I might do that again, maybe.
As a hit.
Yeah.
You and your girlfriend should start a podcast. Convince her.
I tried to talk her into it. She told me fuck no. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think she knew you were live streaming.
Well, that's illegal, Crow. You can't say that. She did. She definitely knew she was being recorded, right? You told her,
She's
Crow
really
Royalty,
observant,
correct?
so she probably did. But the way that she was acting was almost like she didn't know it, and it's really funny. Also, I swear I think you said something about live stream while she was on the phone, so unless she didn't hear you, yeah, she did.
But she definitely knew she was on stream, but it was a silly time. It was silly times are had by all.
Yep. And then I set you down.
Mo, when are you gonna have your girlfriend on the podcast? Oh wait.
Fuck
Oh
you.
heck.
Hey Riley, when are you gonna bring your girlfriend onto the podcast?
We gotta find Mo's long lost ex and have her on the podcast.
That'll never happen. Fucking ever, ever, ever.
I want to know the real story
You
of
will never
Mo's.
find any of my exes. I will never tell you their names. You will never know them. They don't even know I have a fucking podcast.
Will you tell me their
so-
stories? Because
What?
you intrigued me on Twitter like a month ago. I don't know if you remember this, but you responded to one of those retarded Facebook boomer engagement bait posts of who's having the slight echo situation. Who's that coming from? Pro, I assume.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There's a slight echo. I think it might be gone now. But regardless, what was I saying? Something about Mo.
Yeah, you were saying something about boomer status and Twitter and Mo.
Oh yeah. You responded to like a boomer Facebook engagement bait post, where it was like post all the numbers that apply to you, and it was all like shitty relationship
Oh, I
things.
like those. I love those posts. Fuck you.
And Mo posted his numbers, and one of the numbers was about like a long lost love, and I was like, that makes me think you have some sort of long lost love, Mo Diggity. And you were like, you could say
Uh,
that. So I want to know about the long lost love. Who was this girl?
I'm trying to think of who that was. I might have been high and feeling super lonely because there was a lot of lonely posting like the last like few months on Twitter. I'm trying to
Damn.
think. Well, yeah, I'm working on it. I mean, to my credit, I got to hang out with like two babes I'm super sweet on like Friday, and we're friends now. We're talking regular now, so
Hell yeah.
progress is being made. And one of them just broke up with her loser ass fucking boyfriend. So anyway, so progress is being made slowly but surely. I cast the net out, and I seem to be reeling something in, and I will update you that. But as far as the one that got away, I don't even know who the fuck that is. Like, what was I thinking? But then shit,
You were just so
because
stoned and wistful that you were just like, oh, Stella. And like you come back to reality, and Stella was like, you dated her for 2 weeks and it didn't mean
Samantha,
anything.
no. Never got to bang a chick named Samantha. Kind of
What was
always
your
wanted to.
longest relationship? Were you ever, so I don't think you were ever married. Were you ever betrothed? Were you ever engaged?
No, because this isn't the fucking 1800s where people get betrothed,
Okay, were you
Riley.
ever engaged? I was using a silly word.
No, I was never engaged. Longest relationship I think was like 4.5, 5 months.
Oh shit, really? You've never
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
broken
more
6
time than some
months?
people take to get married.
Yeah, I'm totally honest there. Like, I think my shit's fucking more or less average, or was average for a while, because lots of relationships kind of break down in the first couple of months after the honeymoon phase.
For me, for now. I don't know. Maybe I'm just in weirder crowds, but like I see both extremes, I guess. But it almost seems like longer relationships are more common.
I
Like
mean, maybe
like,
it's
like
changing.
I'll talk to people. I'll be like, "What were your relationships?" And it's like, "Well, I had one girl for like 4 years and the other for 3." Like usually, like I hear a lot of long term relationships that get broken up more so than I feel like shorter ones.
Yeah.
Well, I can be the one to disprove that because the longest relationship I've had was a year and a half.
That's not bad. That's sizable.
No, that's the longest.
I feel like
Longest.
once you cross a
All of the
year,
others
that's a
lasted
real
at most
relationship.
6.
That's a relationship you're allowed to think about for the rest of your life. If it's any less than a year, you got to get the fuck over it, or you're a little pussy bitch. I'm going Andrew Tate mode. Okay.
Oh
If
god.
if you were with a girl for less than a year and you care, you're a pussy bitch. But once you cross the year threshold, you're allowed to think about that for the rest of your life, because that's like a era of your
POV.
existence. Is a
Andrew Tate
full
is a
calendar
Discord
year.
mod.
POV. Wait, shit. No, I can't top that. Never mind.
You really were like, I can do it. I can do it. You did the fucking little engine that could, and you fucked it up right at the end.
Yeah, no, it's just like
No, I
no.
have done that. Sometimes you got to take that risk as a comedian. Sometimes you have to be like, man, it would be amazing if I had a joke to put here. And you gotta like start the joke before you know what the joke is. And sometimes it comes to you and it's great. And sometimes it doesn't, and you're just forced to fumble. And you gotta take that gamble sometimes. It's an important gamble. Some of my best jokes have come from me starting a joke without knowing where it was going. It's a dice you have to roll on occasion.
There was something I wanted to say, but then I completely forgot what it was.
That's okay. Happens to the best of us.
Speak from experience, Riley.
Yeah. Mo, tell us something that happened to you when you were 28. Think back, see if you could recall a specific story from age 28.
Why
That's
are
the
you
random number
trying
I
to go
thought of.
back millions of years?
I had the millions to the Cretaceous period when Mo was 28.
All right, so this is when I
Like when
was
he was a
getting done.
toddler, man.
All right, so when I was done talking to the Lord and he asked me to name all the dinosaurs, I just got done naming the Stegosaurus, right? When all of a sudden, uh, Hurricane Ike came to Houston, or excuse me, Houston, because I had to commit to that, because I've been saying Houston all my life because I lived there, but everyone's like, no, say the H, Houston, like, please invest in rope. This is how Texas fucking talk. Texans fucking talk.
I'm
Anyway,
getting
blah
tired of
blah
these
blah.
H pronouncers, okay? I feel like those H words were always taught to me as the H becomes a y. Like
Well, no, that's
it's
dialect.
human, it's Houston, it's a
Hey Riley, you want some herbs to go with that?
some herbs.
Yep.
Well, no,
Uh,
that's regional dialect. Like like this one thing that Eastern colonial states share with Texas is like the weird H thing.
You ever heard of a man named Eustace?
Anyway, so 28 Hurricane Ike came to Houston and destroyed my fucking apartment. And I had to go through the rigmarole of FEMA and get my fucking FEMA checks and all that, and it was a good time. Well, not
damn,
really.
that you
Not
put through
really
the
a bad time.
crucible.
Not really a great time. I mean, like the day of the hurricane, my buddy, he was going around because he was going to Spain to look for drugs and all that stuff because that's what our diet was. Our diets consisted of ramen noodles and drugs, and alcohol and nicotine. So anyway, he comes back. He's like, Mo, buddy, I gotta tell you something, man. I go, dude, what's it? What is it? What's up? I'm playing fucking God of War for the first time, and I'm loving the shit out of it. And he's taking away valuable God of War on the PlayStation, the PS2 time. Away he goes, man. So I was over at High Times, right? And I was just meeting these people. We were just talking, and they start like popping a couple of freaking tabs or something, and they're like, "Hey, man, you want to ride out the hurricane and fucking roll balls?" And they fucking doused him with some fucking ecstasy. So the fucking the walking pile of misery that it was my roommate at the time, the goddamn walking calamity, comes back. He's like, "Hey, man, uh." I might have taken some ecstasy, and you might have to sort of keep an eye on me because I think this is going to be some hard shit, man. It's going to be good shit. I'm starting to feel it a little bit. I'm starting to roll fucking balls, dude. So I was taking care of the house, my video game, and my roommate who decided to take fucking hallucinogens on the day of a fucking major fucking storm.
That's
And we had
bullshit.
no
Leave that
idea.
fucker for dead. You're just
No,
you're the
that no, you
babysit
don't
this
do
kid
that.
all of a sudden.
No, you don't fucking do that, man. We're in our fucking 20s. You need to just shut up and just do your job, take care of your
No, that's
boy.
fair. No, that's real. That's homie shit. You're right. I'm just
Yeah.
antisocial.
Yeah, Riley's just mad he doesn't have anybody that would do that for him.
I have somebody. I have a friend. Okay, I have one.
That's
I'd
being
honestly be the friend.
generous.
I would honestly probably be the one to lace the shit.
I have several friends that I would be that guy for.
Yeah. You gotta be a homie and be cool. Cause like immature 20-year-olds are just being immature 20-year-olds. And if I were into ecstasy, I would have fucking done exactly that. Or if they had acid or mushrooms, I probably would have been fucking tripping balls for that hurricane. If in fact someone offered that to me, I may or may not have taken those ones. So I can't really throw the stones in this big glass house I'm living in, you know?
Yeah, plus I mean, like, if y'all are like have been fucking homies for a while, that's like the homie thing to do, you know?
Yeah, like you just take care of your bro. Like, dude, people have taken care of me when I just showed up fucking rip roaring drunk. I mean, I don't ever like really. I never used to go out and thinking to myself, I'm going to get fucking wasted. I'm like, I'm going to have some drinks with some friends and have a good time. And then, like, some good friends will just show up at the bar. And they're all like, "I'll give you a ride home, man. I just need someone to do shots with." Because, like back in the day, my reputation was, "This is Mo. Feed him alcohol and pot and you'll have a good time. He's fucking crazy." And, so I had a reputation to maintain. I had credibility to maintain. And so, like, dude, people have taken care of me while I was fucking rip roar shit faced. This one time in the same apartment that got destroyed, I came home far too drunk, and I fucking puked all over myself in my bed. And my buddy went and grabbed a couple of towels and cleaned the puke mess off of me and my bed. So, like,
Well,
real homie shit. That happens.
Hey Mo,
Hey, what?
I have that reputation currently.
Yeah, good for you. Good for you. You show very good moral character.
I actually have done this a couple times now that I think about it. There was actually one that's kind of funny. It's a fairly simple premise for what I did, but the resulting misunderstanding is quite humorous. I'm sure you'll find it enjoyable. Me and my friend Patrick tried a weed pen that we bought at the weed store with this thing called the HHC, which is one of these fake marijuana. How do they get
Synthetic
away with it?
THC.
I don't understand how it works. It's science bullshit, fake weed. But HHC specifically is one that kind of came and went pretty quick. And the thing about HHC is it was a very zombie, like you take the shit and you're like done, like high. Like you're just
Damn.
like like very very low energy high, like like super ultra like sleepy time level high. We were hitting this pen and we got all fucked up. And Pat was like, "I don't think I could get home, bro." So I let him sleep in my room for the night. And he left early in the morning. And and everything was fine. And then later in the morning, as I'm getting ready to go to work, um, my mother, my mother asked if we were gay.
God damn.
Wait, hold on. Speaking of having someone to go to, I'm actually going to be watching a movie with someone like Brad about now.
Ooh, who's the lucky guy?
You, it's actually a girl, dude.
Wow, really? Crazy.
So, I am probably going to go ahead, get ready to depart, and go watch that movie.
All
What
right.
I
movie?
mean, I would totally bail on a podcast for pussy, bro. I will not hate you for that.
Bad
I mean,
boys ride or die.
we're at the mark anyway, so we can start winding it down.
Mo, I think you mean pussy.
Just so I can bump out, you can find me at linktr.ee/Grimrealm. So, yeah.
See you, Kang.
Bye, Kang.
I'll
Love
see y'all
you.
later.
Up later,
Mwah.
bro.
Mwah.
Mwah. Yeah,
Well,
fuck. Okay, go ahead.
I don't know what I was gonna say.
Oh shit. Yeah, let's go ahead and wind this down. Then this has been an
Oh,
episode.
real quick, one last little story. I was gonna because I forgot
Okay.
I set it up as multiple. So the second story about this friend, I actually did technically abandon him this night, but I did all for him I could logistically.
Because that's all you
So
can do, really, man. Because like the fucking worst, the absolute worst thing. Hey Crow, buddy, you're gonna have to like get off your mic or something, man. We're picking up everything you're doing over there.
yeah, Crow, stop giving a sensual blowjob to your microphone and not muting it first.
I didn't realize that was getting picked up. My bad.
Yeah, but like the worst thing you can ever do is like someone who like I tend to I used to start avoiding people I knew would like get like real emotional or real weird when they got drunk or really fucked up. And I'm just like, dude, I can't deal with your weird drama bullshit, man. I've had a long fucking week and I need this. I need to get fucking wasted so I can pass out and try to look, just do a hard reset on the week. Oh, man, that shit fucking sucks, man.
But yeah, so this time that I unfortunately I had to abandon him ultimately, but I got him. I got him as far as I could get him. So I was hanging out with my friend, where we went swimming at the recreational center, and then we went to the liquor store and we got some schnapps. And we enjoyed some delicious schnapps. And I have a big alcohol tolerance, and also I drank less of the bottle than him. So I was mostly fine. And he, I thought, was fine. He was playing it off pretty damn well. And then we called the Uber to go home. And I was like, look, I gotta go into this nearby grocery store and piss. If the Uber comes, tell them I'll be out in a minute. And he was like, okay. And I go in and I'm pissing. And as I'm pissing and going through the proceedings of pissing and going back outside, um, I see that the Uber's arrived. And I get a text that says, "Where are you?" And I'm like, that's peculiar. Patrick is supposed to be talking to the Uber. So I text the Uber, I'll be out in a minute. And I exit this grocery store and I see that he is unconscious on the curb.
God damn.
And I I see the Uber. I'm like, hold on, I gotta get him. And I get him up. I wake him up. He stands up. He very confidently stands up and is upright for about 1 second and then immediately falls right back down. Um, and then he got up for real and stayed up. And then we got him into the Uber. And it was fun. The Uber driver was like great, and I feel bad.
Because
She
you
was
didn't
like
give him a
really.
rating or a tip or anything, did you?
I definitely gave them a rating and a tip. I don't know if the tip was as much as it should have been, but I was a poor 20-year-old, so you take what you can get. But regardless, so we get in this Uber, and this lady is doing this whole routine about how she, how I freaked her on the okie doke because she saw the passed out drunk guy on the sidewalk and was like, "Please don't be him, please don't be him." And then I came out, she was like, "Thank God," and I was like, "Hold on, I gotta go get him." She was like, "Ah." I thought I
God
was
damn.
safe. She she also made a joke about the potential of his unconscious body being molested. So I really liked the Uber driver. The Uber driver is very funny. She's like a middle-aged woman
Shit.
too. And like she was like hilarious and she had really thick skin, and thank God, because Patrick was being so belligerent in the back of that Uber. Like it wasn't even that, but like it wasn't that belligerent. Like it could have been worse. Like it isn't your usual drunken fare of just like "fuck you, bitch." Like it was very calculated. It was like
Damn.
first of all, the funniest part of it was he kept talking about his dad, who was like a veteran who died. I don't even think he died in a war actually, but he was just a veteran and did die. So what Patrick did is he kept saying that his father died in blank war, but it was a different war every time he brought it up.
It's like, I did not lose 2 legs in Vietnam, so you can do this to me. Like, dude, you have both your legs. Like I said, I did not lose 2 legs in Vietnam, so you
No,
can
no,
do this
no,
to
and then
me.
you got it slightly. The next time he'd be like, "No, exactly. I lost 2 legs in World War II." Like it's a different war every time he brings it up. and and at some point he we will quote this in like the nursing home when we're both geriatric, where Patrick starts bragging about his college degree to this Uber driver. And he says, "How does it feel that you'll never even come close?"
Oh, god damn. That's
We will
fucking
quote,
brutal.
we will quote this until the day we die. It was so out of pocket. Thank God this
Yeah.
was like the coolest fucking Uber driver that I've ever had. This could have been ugly. We could have gotten into some trouble.
Yeah. No, you'd have gotten kicked out. That's what would have happened. That's it.
And
Yeah, like
ultimately, I said I had to abandon him. Ultimately, I was the first stop, so I had to leave him alone with this Uber driver.
I would
Uh,
have. I would have. He was in good hands at that point.
He was in good hands, dude. I knew that lady would keep him safe. And apparently he stopped harassing her the moment I got out of the car, according to his memory, which is obviously dubious at best. But from his recollection, it was more showboating for me, and he kind of left her alone after I got out. And then apparently he went home and like passed out on the stairs. Maybe is what might have happened. I think he
God
might have
damn.
thrown up on his stuff.
All
It was
right.
crazy, and he said that doesn't usually happen to him. He quotes. I mean, like to trust that as far as you could throw it. I guess I'm sure there's people who lie
Yeah.
about that sort of thing. But we spend a lot of time together, and he doesn't really spend a lot of time with a lot of other people. And as far as I can tell, it does not happen to him often. But it was quite entertaining.
That's fucking crazy. Yeah, that's why I don't drink it really anymore too much, like, cause I don't want to get all like fucking stupid and loopy like I used to. Uh, all right, y'all. You guys want to go around and give any final thoughts? Crow, we'll start with you.
I was thinking you were going to start with your co-host first. Fuck.
Well, you're
Uh,
here as a guest, so guests, I guess, go first.
Yeah, honored guest gets to go first.
fair enough. You can find me at a bear in the night on
Oh,
Twitter.
well, no. Before we were doing plugs, did you have any final thoughts?
Oh no,
Oh, okay, Riley.
I have been high since like 5 minutes after I got here.
Oh, okay,
I have
yeah, me
Oh,
too. Me
that's
no
what
too.
you
idea
meant
what happened.
about that's what you meant about spicing the show up. And then what happened instead is that you didn't talk for a half hour because you were high. But
Yeah, probably.
Well, Riley,
regardless,
do you have any final thoughts?
my final thoughts, Mo, is that I'm glad you're back, and you better not be missing shows again anytime soon, you motherfucker. I'm getting sick of this shit. I'm
Oh, quit
getting
your
Yeah,
sick of
the
crying.
these
next shows
Molus.
that should be missed won't be missed
I
by Riley.
prayed. I hoped and prayed so long for the Molus Mocast, and it was a monkey's paw wish because I
Yeah.
wished for one and I got like 7.
Well, just sometimes, I just gotta take a break, man. My job's stressful. It's starting to not be so stressful. I might have some poontang on the horizon, and that gives me hope. I'm waiting and seeing how life's gonna, you know, I don't expect to roll a natural 20 with this, but like if I roll like a 15 and up, I think that'll be fine. If the odds are ever in my favor on that regard, I think I'll do okay.
You ever notice how a mixed success is actually just a failure? I don't know. Maybe the people I listen to who play role playing games are just like mean, but there's always like, okay, there's this range of dice is a fail, this range of dice is a success, and this range of dice is like a mix. And whenever you land on the mix, it's like the guy tries to stab you 5 times and he only stabs you 4 times. It's like this is still awful what's happening to me every time. Like it's never
Yeah.
I never feel good about what's occurred here. I still feel pretty almost equally as bad as if I had rolled a fail. It's like,
Shit.
oh, he stabbed you in the head. He tried to take your hat, but you were able to keep your hat. But you were still stabbed in the head though.
Oh, I don't. As long as it's not too much of a Pyrrhic victory, everything is good. Like a victory is a victory, unless it's like a bad one, unless it's extremely
Fucking
hollow.
words to live by.
Hmm. All right, so Crow, where can they find you?
At a bear in the night on Twitter.
All right, Riley, where can they find you?
linktr.ee/Riley Cinematic Universe. That's RIELY. Cinematic Universe, lots of podcasts, lots of YouTube channels. I'm gonna plug one of each of those things as a specific highlight. A podcast, Megazord Radio. Do you like Power Rangers? Do you enjoy a Power Range a time or two? If you do, please watch Megazord Radio. It is a podcast I will be doing for the next 15 years. And you should get in on the ground floor now, because we got so much Power Rangers to talk about. We're gonna have a great time doing it. So check that show out. It's me and a British gentleman named Nightster. We talk about Power Rangers every week. We just finished Power Rangers Cosmic Fury, and we are now going to be barreling through the second half of season 1 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on our vast journey.
Dude, you should totally see if ASE Riley will get in on an episode, man. I bet that'll be a good time.
Yeah, we actually were supposed to have him on like back in 2023 during the first run of the show before it took an unexpected hiatus. So I gotta hit Riley up. Riley was in a very different place in his life when last we discussed him being on Megazord Radio, but maybe he can still make the time. But regardless, there's that, and there's also Big Guy Little Guy, which is a Let's Play channel on YouTube that will very soon be daily, folks. That's right, you're gonna be swimming up to your fucking ears in Riley content. I do like 5 weekly podcasts, and now I'm gonna have a daily Let's Play channel, and I hope you're fucking ready, okay? More Riley than anybody even has time for. You have to clone yourself. It's the only way to consume just this vast amount of content, which is of course all worth consuming. So you have to invent new technology that shifts the paradigm of humankind in order to listen to it all. And I get it, and you should do that, is what I'm saying. And that's it. That concludes my very long plug, Moe Side Gaming. I'm sorry.
No problem, no problem. You can find me at twitter.com/MSGOfficialYT. That's Moside Gaming. Moside Gaming everywhere. Come check me out. Come check me out on Kick. Come check me out on YouTube. W.GG. Use promo code MoDiggity. Save 10% on your total purchase. We're going to be doing a revamp of the merch section soon on the store. And we're going to try and get to a store that doesn't have tariff bullshit. Because apparently we're going to research, see if TeePublic, who's been the long-standing Moside Gaming, MoDiggity merch holder and seller. We sold a few good things from there, but
have
we
people
will
bought
see.
your merch?
Yeah, people bought my merch, man. I sold a shitload of stickers one time.
Now, if you had to ascribe a percentage to
I
how
don't know.
much
This
of
was years ago, man, and you're calling me out on shit that's years old. I don't know.
Well, I'm not talking about exact numbers. What I'm asking is could you ascribe a percentage of your mind of the total Moside Gaming merch purchases made by Paul? What would be the percentage as compared to other consumers?
Oh, I think 20%, because he's
Okay,
bought
that's
a
fair.
few
That's
stickers,
reasonable. I believe that.
and other people have bought stuff from me. So nice way to
And
low key try to break me down, Riley. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing, fucking breaking me down. Even though this would benefit you, because I would try and reinvest some of the fucking money in the show. Maybe I'll buy some advertisements or something for it on X or Twitter or whatever it's called.
listen, all I know is I got one other show with a merch store, and it's Pixels. And there have been 2 shirts ever bought in the history of time, and they were the shirts that Gingy bought for me and him for when we went to a convention.
Fun. All right, y'all. Thanks for coming out. I do appreciate it. And until next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.